Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Welcome to this session on setting effective first call resolution targets in a call center. Establishing the right FCR target is not about aiming for the highest possible number. It's about creating a balance between customer expectations, operational realities, and long-term sustainability. Targets must be realistic enough to achieve consistently, customer-focused to reflect the service experience, and operationally aligned with staffing, processes, and technology. In this presentation, we'll walk through a structured guide on the key factors to consider, helping you set FCR goals that drive measurable improvements while keeping both customers and agents satisfied. The first factor to consider when setting FCR targets is industry benchmarks and best practices. Across most call centers, the average first call resolution rate falls between 70 and 80%. This is a reasonable baseline for many organizations, but it is not the ceiling. Best-in-class centers consistently achieve between 85 and 90%, demonstrating that higher performance is possible with the right processes, training, and technology. It's also important to recognize that FCR targets should vary by channel. For example, in voice interactions, where agents can probe and clarify in real time, FCR targets typically range from 80 to 85%. In email and ticket-based support, however, resolution rates are usually lower, between 65 and 75%, because these channels often deal with more complex or multi-step issues that require follow-ups. For live chat, the range is usually 70 to 80%, as customers frequently bring up multiple issues in a single conversation, which can reduce first contact resolution. By aligning targets with both industry benchmarks and channel-specific realities, organizations can set goals that are ambitious, customer-focused, and operationally achievable. The second factor to consider when setting FCR targets is customer experience goals, particularly CSAT and NPS. If an organization has set ambitious targets for customer satisfaction or Net Promoter Score, then FCR goals must be aligned accordingly. A higher CSAT or NPS objective requires higher first call resolution performance because nothing impacts satisfaction more than having issues solved quickly and completely in the first interaction. This is especially important for VIP or premium customers whose loyalty is most valuable to the business. For these segments, stricter FCR targets may be necessary to ensure their experience is consistently seamless. Protecting their loyalty not only sustains revenue but also strengthens advocacy, as these customers are more likely to recommend the brand when their issues are resolved without repeat contacts. In short, customer experience priorities should directly shape FCR targets, ensuring service quality expectations match the outcomes that customers value most. The third factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is call complexity and product type. For technical issues or multi-step problems, lower FCR targets may be more realistic. These situations often require follow-ups, additional troubleshooting, or even customer actions outside of the first interaction, making it difficult to resolve them completely on the spot. In contrast, for simple inquiries, such as account balances, order status updates, or basic service requests, higher FCR targets are entirely achievable. With the right mix of agent training, robust knowledge bases, and automation tools, these interactions can almost always be resolved on the first contact. By aligning FCR goals with the complexity of the query and the nature of the product or service, organizations ensure that targets remain both challenging and fair, driving improvement without creating unrealistic expectations. The fourth factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is the role of service level agreements or SLAs. In outsourced or BPO environments, FCR targets are often directly tied to SLA compliance. Here, the stakes are higher because missed FCR goals can lead to financial penalties or jeopardize client relationships. As a result, service providers must carefully balance realistic FCR expectations with contractual obligations. In internal operations, however, FCR targets are typically used less as a contractual requirement and more as a continuous improvement metric. The focus is on using FCR performance data to identify training needs, process inefficiencies, or system gaps, and then making incremental improvements over time. By aligning FCR targets with SLA requirements in outsourced settings, and with improvement initiatives in internal environments, organizations can ensure that their goals are both relevant and sustainable. The fifth factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is workforce size and agent skill levels. In large, multi-skilled teams, higher FCR targets are often possible. With greater specialization and broader coverage of expertise, customers are more likely to connect with the right agent who can resolve their issue on the first attempt. On the other hand, in environments with high turnover or a large proportion of inexperienced agents, FCR targets should be set more realistically. New or untrained agents may struggle with complex scenarios, and overly aggressive goals can lead to burnout, reduced morale, and quality issues. The key is to balance ambition with capability, leveraging the strengths of a skilled, stable workforce while recognizing the limitations of teams that are still developing. This ensures FCR targets remain achievable, sustainable, and aligned with the organization's talent profile. The sixth factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is the level of technology and automation adoption. Organizations that invest in AI-powered knowledge bases, integrated CRMS, and self-service portals are able to set higher FCR goals. These tools empower agents with real-time insights, quick access to customer history, and automated recommendations that make resolving issues on the first interaction far more achievable. By contrast, companies that still rely on legacy or disconnected systems face significant challenges. Agents may need to toggle between multiple platforms or wait for slow processes, which limits their ability to resolve issues in real time. In these cases, FCR targets need to be set more conservatively to remain realistic. The takeaway is simple: the stronger the technology and automation backbone, the higher and more sustainable the FCR performance an organization can expect. The seventh factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is historical performance data. Looking at FCR results over the past 6 to 12 months provides a clear baseline of current capabilities. This data should always be analyzed alongside other key metrics such as CSAT, SLA compliance, and average handle time, because together they reveal patterns and trade-offs in performance. Targets should then be set progressively, building on past achievements instead of attempting drastic jumps. For example, if a team is consistently delivering 75% FCR, raising the target directly to 90% may be unrealistic and demotivating. A gradual increase, supported by training, process improvements, and technology upgrades, ensures progress is steady, sustainable, and achievable. In short, historical performance acts as both a reality check and a roadmap, guiding organizations toward ambitious yet practical FCR targets. The eighth and final factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is the balance between cost and quality trade-offs. Pushing FCR to higher levels often requires additional investments, whether in advanced training programs, better tools and system integration, or increased staffing capacity. These improvements can significantly enhance customer experience but must be weighed against their financial impact. At the same time, setting targets too aggressively can escalate costs without delivering proportional returns, while targets that are too low risk disappointing customers and eroding loyalty. The key is to strike the right balance, designing FCR targets that are ambitious enough to drive measurable improvements in customer satisfaction and efficiency, yet realistic enough to keep operational costs under control. In short, well-balanced FCR goals ensure organizations maximize both service quality and cost efficiency. The ninth factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is the multi-channel contact center environment. Different service channels inherently operate at different speeds, and FCR targets should reflect these dynamics. In voice and live chat channels, customers expect real-time support. Agents can clarify issues immediately, making it possible to set higher FCR targets for these interactions. In contrast, email and social media support are often asynchronous by nature. Customers may take hours or even days to respond, and certain issues require back-and-forth communication. As a result, FCR targets for these channels should be slightly more relaxed to remain realistic while still pushing for efficiency. By tailoring FCR expectations to the strengths and limitations of each channel, organizations can create fair, customer-focused targets that improve performance without setting teams up for failure. The 10th factor to consider when setting first call resolution targets is the influence of external and market factors. At times, events outside the control of the call center can directly impact FCR performance. For example, new product launches often generate a surge of complex queries that agents are not yet fully trained to handle. Similarly, regulatory changes in industries like banking, insurance, or healthcare can require new compliance checks that slow down resolutions. And during periods of economic disruption or major market shifts, call volumes may spike, while customer concerns become more complicated and urgent. All of these conditions can temporarily lower achievable FCR targets, even in well-managed centers. What matters is not penalizing teams unfairly, but adjusting expectations, providing rapid training, and updating systems to stabilize performance as quickly as possible. In short, external and market dynamics must always be factored into FCR target setting, ensuring goals remain both realistic and adaptable. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.